I come a long way, so I can't stop moving. I face so many trials, I'm never losing. I come a long way, so I can't stop moving. I face so many trials, I'm never losing. I come a long way, so I come a long way, so I come a long way, so I come a long way. I face so many trials, but I'm never losing. I face so many trials, I'm never losing. I come a long way, so 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 I come a long way. I face so many trials, I'm never face so many trials. I'm never losing, never.
Come a long way now, yeah, but look where I'm standing. See, it took a while just to get here, yeah, but I thank God that
Know my face, y'all know the name, y'all know a lot of times when I do video, it's either because I have announcements or because there's encouragement that's involved, stuff like that. I just wanted to show my face real quick. I feel as though it's been a little bit of time since I've actually graced the camera and shared a few words. And so I'm not going to be that long. I'm not, to be honest with you, probably like 5 minutes tops. But I just wanted to let you guys know about the new season of the Rise Up podcast. We're on season 2, which is tremendous. That's a huge accomplishment. Being that it's 2 seasons right now that we're going strong. The first season was all about entrepreneurship, which I was excited about that, being able to share some points of virtue, some points of understanding, knowledge, and everything, even just taken from my own personal story. Season 2, we're dealing with a different part of life, which is dealing with religion and relationships. You know, for me, those are major components to life. Outside of entrepreneurship, those are 2 major areas in life that I believe needs to be spoken into, especially in this time that we're in, even as we're about to embark on a new year. And so season 2 couldn't have come any more strategically. Like I said, and I don't know if you guys have already taken a listen to the first episode that I just uploaded on Facebook and onto my podcast platform. However, I wanted to talk about issues that people deal with every day. So when it comes to business, like as far as people trying to figure out what they want to do as far as being an entrepreneur, then dealing with that of religion, dealing with that of relationships. I felt as though these 3 major areas of life needed to be spoken into in this time and in this season that we're in, especially that dealing with religion and dealing with relationships, and also gluing the 2 together. Like I said, outside of entrepreneurship, I wanted to glue those 2 together because a lot of times people don't believe that one can affect the other. And so in this season, this new season, that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about religion, and we're going to be talking about relationships, and we're going to be talking about how the 2 can either complement or conflict with the other. And I really want to stress this point because I talked about it in the very first episode of season 2, entitled Let's Talk 2.0. That's the introduction or the opening to our new season. But basically, what I was talking about, the two cannot walk together except they be agreed, and how we can't be unequally yoked. Okay, and so I should say unequally yoked with unbelievers. You know, a lot of people, like I said, they're not Christian believers. They're not of any major faith. Some people they're not. Then other people they are. So 9 times out of 10, those who are listening to my podcast, I believe that they are part of a major religious belief, whatever that may be. And so, because I've come from a Christian background, and if you listen to my first season, the very first episode of the first season, I told you guys how I've come away from these false religions. I've come away from a lot of man-made fairy tales, a lot of mythological teachings that we find within Christianity. We find a lot of paganism, stuff like that. So I myself, I've come away from all of that to embrace more of the truth of, number one, who the Most High is, who the Christ is, and who his people are. And so with that understanding, that concrete understanding is giving me a little bit more understanding when it comes to the scriptures, especially dealing with the things that's taking place as far as prophecy, expectations that the Most High has of his people, things like that. And so with that being said, even though I've come from a Christian background and I'm now outside of that whole limelight of religion, I'm still speaking to those who are part of that denomination of religion, if that's a better word, because I can relate to it. But at the same time, ultimately, I'm talking to those who are believers. Okay, and I want you to understand what a believer is. A believer in the gospel of the Hamashiach Christ. Okay, the believers of the gospel of the Christ. Okay, and so, of course, I'm pretty sure that there's Muslims that'll be listening to my podcast, watching my videos. I'm pretty sure there's Catholics. I'm pretty sure that there's so many other different religious backgrounds that will be tuning in. So what I did say is how there is a standard or a principle that I come from out of the scriptures. But ultimately, the scriptures that I use are for the people of the Most High. Okay? But when it comes to that of religion and relationship, I wanted to stress for the first few episodes dealing with relatability, agreement, unity, within religion and relationships, because a lot of times we find out that the reason why most relationships are not working. I'm not talking about intimate relationships alone. I'm talking about business relationships, I'm talking about friendships, family relationships, even marriage, dating, parenting. When I'm talking about relationships, I'm not just talking about the whole intimate part as far as husband, wife, or male and female courting or dating each other. I'm speaking all around any and everything that could be considered a relationship with another party. And so the reason why we see that a lot of relationships don't work is because there's no agreement. There's no common denominator. There's no true common ground between the two. And so things just won't work. And sometimes we try to build on something that never had agreement. And then we get frustrated when we see that things are going left instead of the way that they should be going, which is straight. It's either going left or it's going right, but it's not going straight. And so I wanted to really tackle this point, especially dealing with intimate relationship, because I know a lot of people that are getting frustrated with the whole dating scene, especially during this whole pandemic. Nobody got time for the foolishness. Nobody got time for games. People are real life trying to um, become settled in a lot of different things because there's no telling what tomorrow may hold. There's no telling what 5 years is going to look like. There's no telling what 5 months is going to look like. Matter of fact, nobody knows what 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 minutes, or 5 seconds are going to look like. So when it comes to playing games, it's like we don't really have time for that. And so um, I'm just using this opportunity, especially during this season, um, to really deal with that of religion and relationships. You guys, please send me comments under every link or every post that I make, or inbox me. If you have my number, you can text me. You have my email me, so that I can get some of your feedback, some of your thoughts, your ideas, some suggestions. Even if you have things that you want me to talk about on this season, so that I can really touch on those things. I'm really doing this podcast for you guys. This is not about recognition. This is not about fame. This is not about trying to do anything but really fulfill my life purpose, which I know the Most High has given me a voice, and He has given me certain insights to talk to those that's on a certain level and that's within a certain arena that most people won't be able to talk to, or you won't have the opportunity, or you don't have the opportunity to reach out to those top players or those top um, voices that you may want to reach out to. I know social media affords us to kind of like connect with people on a certain scale when it comes to that, of like Instagram, um, Twitter, and stuff like that, where we can kind of connect. But at the same time, we're just faces in the crowd a lot of times. And, we may think that we're talking to that individual, and we're not. We're talking to their associates, or we're dealing with their assistants and stuff like that. So my whole purpose is to make myself accessible. Some people may not think I have much to offer. That's fine. I don't really care about all of that. We could have that discussion all day, and either one of us could be wrong. But I like to believe that the Most High has given me insights enough to deal with those that's common around me, or common amongst me. He said to the prophet Ezekiel, he said, I sent you to the house of Israel, a people that's of your language. And so me believing that the Most High has revealed even just that small nugget to me lets me know that I'm dealing with those that's common amongst me. I'm not reaching outside of my jurisdiction, but I'm actually staying right where I'm supposed to be and dealing with my bros and my sisters, um, who I'm supposed to be helping. And so you guys, check out the links to season 2. If you haven't listened to season 1, go to season 1 as well. But season 2 is in full effect. And like I said, please drop your comments, drop your suggestions, your questions, and things like that. And let's see what happens with this second season. It's your boy Tony K. Cole. You guys be blessed. Shalom.